see here, everyone's favourite digital entrepreneur slash life coach earning upwards of 44.245k a year after tax. Yes, that's correct. The pandemic has hit even a lion like me. Now, we are living in uncertain times. Everything is unpredictable. People are scared. They're fearful. They're suffering. Oh! Ultimately, this is a slug mentality. A true lion doesn't get scared. A true lion asks the question, how can I manipulate people who are scared to make more money for me? So, ladies and gentlemen, Charles D is going to go through 5 ways to make money in uncertain times. Listen up if you're a lion. Step number 1. Now, before a lion can take action, he needs to achieve a mindset of abundance. So, I've been reading about this historical entrepreneur, and his name was Dr. Isaac Einstein. Now, Dr. Isaac Einstein had this great theory. It's called the theory of general relativity. So a lot of people think success is a constant. If you make $1 million a year, you're successful no matter what. Wrong. If you're making $1 million a year, standing next to someone who makes $10 million a year, you're not successful. So this is what I want you to do. Write it down on a notepad. This is what I want you to do if you're a lion. However much money you make, I want you to hang around people who make much less than you. Hang around poor people, hang around starving people, hang around beggars. Because that way, because of the theory of relativity, you are going to have a mindset of abundance. Relatively speaking, you are going to be successful. And that is the first step. Tip number 2, deceitful, evil marketing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, consumers are fundamentally stupid, emotional children. Especially in a time like this, where everyone's emotions are heightened. Now, a lion might think the best way to sell something like these shirts, for example, would be to talk about the quality. These shirts are great quality. They're a great price. They have a good design. Nah, that's how a slug markets to consumers. A true lion will appeal to their emotions. They will say things like, oh, Mr. Consumer, are you against bad things? Are you against starving children? Are you against murder? Well, guess what? The company that produces these shirts is also against those things. If you buy this shirt, you will be supporting those causes. And believe it or not, the consumers are that stupid that they actually buy into this emotional message. So that's tip number 2, be a deceitful marketer. Number 3, child labor. Now, a lot of parents are very scared, and even though schools are reopening, they're keeping their kids at home. Now, you can manipulate those fears and take advantage of those bored children. Get them to work for you. There's no minimum wage laws. The government isn't looking for child labor because it hasn't been a thing for decades. So you can basically build an entire army of children. Okay, they don't know about unions. They don't know about their rights. They'll do whatever you tell them to do. You think the pyramids were built with minimum wage unionized workers? Nah. Child slavery gets things done. Number 4, fake companies. Now, the Australian government is giving out these JobKeeper grants to any company that's been hit by the pandemic. But I thought, like a true lion, what if I create 5 fake companies? Then I'm getting grants for 5 companies, and the government didn't even find out. I'm taking advantage of the government's generosity like a true alpha lion, and so should you. So I've even created a company where I will create fake companies for you. If you give me 95% of the JobKeeper grants that you get from those fake companies, you still don't want to buy into my company of fake companies? Well, I'll tell you what. My company that creates fake companies is against racism. My company that creates fake companies is against sexism. It's for women's empowerment. And finally, number 5, drugs. Everyone wants to escape reality right now. Drug use is skyrocketing, so there is no better time to create a drug empire. Hell, you already have a child labor force. Just use them. Use them as drug mules. The police won't suspect them. Get them all addicted to drugs as well. So then they're in debt to you. Look, I'm taking this business model from some of the most successful African entrepreneur warlords that have ever lived. So ladies and gentlemen, those are 5 ways to stay successful in the midst of a pandemic and prey on people's insecurities and their fears like a true lion. Charles out.
Gog dog says, get on the floor. Gog dog says, get dirty on the floor. Gog dog says, give me some pancakes. Gog dog says, clean the dirty floor. Woof woof, yeah, that's what I say. Get on the floor, do it today. Tell me your name, what did you say? The music's too loud, I can't hear your voice now. Gog dog says, get louder. Gog dog says, go crazy. Gog dog says, go stupid. Gog dog says,